could you not?
Through the work I do with various charities, I've met many families who are at risk and subject to hate crime. I realise how fortunate I am in being able to provide a supportive and protective environment for my own daughter Domenica. That should be the right of every parent of a child with learning difficulties. We live in a society which is based on usefulness, efficiency and power. And when you look at someone like Domenica, she's not useful, she's not powerful. But what she has is something which you really can't put a value on. It's humanity stripped to the bone. It's the essence of all the things that matter. It's the innocence that we have all lost. And if that isn't worth fighting for, to protect, I don't know what is. You know, seeing her now, what's Domenica's life going to be like in 10 years' time when she's 25? Where will she be? She can't still be living at home because that's not right for her. I've come to talk to Alison about how she is planning ahead for Angus's future. This is Angus. Would you like to meet Rosa?
Yeah.
Hello, Angus. How do you do?
Fine.
Very nice to meet you. Like, very smart you're looking. Very smart jacket.
Mm-hmm. But not always appropriately dressed because people stare.
Yeah, I think you look good.
He does.
Yes.
They all know that he has a disability.
Of course they do.
And I feel sad for him because he can't go out.
And then what happens, you know, Angus grows up, these local teens will grow up. Angus will then be out in the community somewhere without you to protect him. So then what happens?
He will always be with me.
But he won't.
I know.
He won't and he can't.
I know.
He can't be.
But
He has to have a life without you.
he does, which I'm
Somewhere where
amazing
he
for.
feels very secure for when he's an adult and for when you're not around.
I know. And
it's heartbreaking to even contemplate that moment, isn't it?
well, obviously, as you can see, I haven't.
Yeah,
But I want him to do whatever he can, really.
absolutely. You want him to fulfil his potential, whatever that may be.
Yes. that
And
can
to be
in
as
a small way.
independent as it's possible to be, but in the knowledge that he is going to be safe. And this is the issue. Some people may never be able to live independently. Kelly hasn't truly managed it because it just isn't safe for her. The burden of her care still rests on her parents. And talking to Kelly and Sue, I can see how the persistent nature of hate crime eventually takes its toll.
It's killing me all the time and it's giving me nightmares. It's making me ill, stressed out, and having another breakdown.
I'm thinking that if the day comes I can't manage, my daughter and I will go together. And it's awful when that crosses your mind, you know. That shouldn't have to. We must be the only group of parents who actually hope their children die before we do. And that's an awful thing to think. And it's because we know nobody's going to care for them properly. We know it's not going to be there.
How long did you do that for? I find it shocking and upsetting to hear Sue consider such drastic measures.
It also meant that Kelly was living in a sheltered environment, if you like, in a pub.
But I understand she is driven by her fear for Kelly's future. Kelly, have you thought what would happen if your mother wasn't around? What would your life be like?
I don't know that one. I don't know. It's hard difficult. I don't know. I can't think on that one.
Kelly and others like her need to be part of a protected community, where they have a sense of shared responsibility, independence and purpose. There are a limited number of such communities, all of which are funded and run by charities. We need more of these, but more importantly, a reassessment of what care in a community really means, especially when that community rejects you for being different. Christopher fiercely defends his right to live independently, but is keen to be a useful member of society.
And I feel differently if I manage to get a job.
It's not as if you haven't applied for jobs. You've applied for jobs.
Tons. Loads. There was a computer job I could have done with my eyes shut. And so I went straight in up the stairs and said I want to apply for a job in the window, and blonde bulldog behind the counter went, there's nothing for you in the window, and went, yes there is, I'll show you, and she went, no, there's nothing for you in the window.
That's disgusting.
The job's gone now, of course, but
Yeah, but that's not the point.
and I tried applying for lots of jobs, and other people kept getting them.
He needs a break, you know. We have to get Christopher a job. He's got so much to offer. He's got all these skills, and yet he's there, you know, living in an old people's home, and he feels completely inadequate. It's got to change. And we need to find him a job. It's not as if he isn't capable. He's had jobs in the past. He still has fond memories of working in London and being part of a thriving community.
Nearly 30 years ago, I used to work in Quality Foods over there, carrying sacks of potato flour. That used to come off all over you, and if it was raining, you used to get coats thick in mashed potato, and you were going around scraping mashed potato off yourself. I wanted to buy one of these and one of those. I'm buying it for Mum because she always wears Indian scarves, and hers are getting a bit old and tatty from the days when she used to live in India.
Before he was born, his parents ran safari tours all over India.
Ooh, Mum step. Yeah, sorry about that. I thought.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Indians have respect for your disability. I always feel safe when I'm around them because they'll take the mickey a little bit like then, but they won't be nasty, and they're always respectful. And that's why I used to feel safer here than in many other places where it was just English people.
Christopher seems much happier in London, and his confidence returns as he blends into the city's cultural mix. While he's in London, Christopher goes to visit the street where he lived with his family before they moved to Hastings.
I love London. I love all the energy. I love the bustle of it all. I love everything happening around you all the time. It makes me feel like I'm opening up inside. Here's Primrose Garden. See, this is where I used to live. It feels strange being back here. Yeah, that's my old house there. It's got a garden on top now. Look. Huh. Fancy having a garden on top? Not be. That's where the ones who won the riots everywhere used to live. I would just spack mow. They used to call me no good stupid, retard, spastic. Why aren't you in a home? Why do you bother coming out here? And they used to kick me to bits. They used to punch me, and I'd sort of curl up in a little square, and they'd all be kicking me.
I was struck by the way Christopher's speech altered when he began to recount the abuse he faced as a child. Even though it was over 30 years ago, it is still such an immediate and traumatic memory for him.
I gave up coming out the front door. I used to go along the back walls on the garden and escape into the back streets that way. I wanted to be friends with them, but it just wasn't happening, and after a while I accepted it wasn't going to happen.
Friendship is important for every child's development, so I've always made an effort to encourage my daughter Domenica to take part in as many activities as possible. For her 15th birthday, it's a street dance class. Every person is different, and what do you want for any child? That they achieve their full potential, whatever that potential may be. You were brilliant, darling.
Thank you.
Did you enjoy it?
Do you like my cartwheel?
I think your cartwheel was fantastic.
Thank you, Mummy.
And your splits. So what's the best thing about being 15?
The best thing about 15 is to have fun. And nobody ever is scared about it, but I am more, because I'm with my friends the whole time.
So why were you scared about being 15?
Because I don't think I'm getting used to it to grow up. I was want to be a little girl again.
You'll always be my little girl, darling. You always will. And it's not scary. Why are you scared about growing up? You were absolutely brilliant. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, Mummy.
Each birthday, of course, has its milestones, but the higher up the teenage ladder she gets, the more we have as a family to confront her future and what happens next. What happens when she leaves home? How can we protect her yet give her all the independence that she needs? These are the issues that are looming for us now. What I want is for Domenica to find her own place in society and never to feel excluded. Our society has rejected Christopher and left him isolated. It's a dangerous, horrible place for him to be.
I just feel so useless all the time, and I feel I've let my father's memory down, because he always said I'd never amount to anything, and so far I've totally proved him right. It's just a great weight of hopelessness and uselessness, and wondering all the time what's the point. Once, when I was feeling really down, I went to the exit website on the internet, because I just don't know if I want to spend the next 20 years being a useless parasite on everyone else.
You don't mean that, Christopher.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Oh, yes, I do.
I've put Christopher in touch with a local charity, and I'm thrilled to hear that they've invited him to an interview for a volunteer IT job looking after their computers. I've come to make sure he makes it to the interview.
What this one is just.
Do you what? That cupboard looks as if it's about to fall over too on you.
It's been like this for years. I found that on the skip.
Is this a clean shirt you're putting
Yes,
on,
it is.
Christopher? Yeah.
It
Did
is
you have a
clean.
shower this morning?
Yeah, I have a shower every morning, he said on his dignity.
Deodorant, has that been
Yes.
applied? Oh, Christopher, are you going to have to let me round here? You know? To just clean it up. Because if we got it all completely clean, then you might be able to maintain it that way.
What I need, Rose, so joking aside, in all honesty, isn't cleaning, it's how to organise the place better.
Yes, well, we could make that part of the process.
Okay, yes, I'm perfectly happy doing that. I know Trinny and Susanna are pretty hard up for work.
What is that? Homemade braces are you doing there now?
Emergency braces, yeah.
Emergency braces, I see.
Yeah.
So your trousers won't fall down in the
Yes.
interview, that'd be good.
Yeah. You've heard about Trinny and Susanna recently, haven't you?
I'd love to see their faces, Christopher, if they went through your wardrobe.